Welcome to the course. We are in great shape right now. We've got our plan in, tasks are listed, durations are in, tasks are linked. Now we need some resources to complete these tasks. Well, resources are categorized in people, materials, and equipments. And that's our next move. Let's get these resources in. Okay, so in the View tab, if I go to the View tab and I see the resource view, right? Under the resource view, I'll click on the resource sheet. That's my resource sheet, as you can see on the left hand side as well. And I'll start entering my resource names or resource types. Okay, so let's move with the people first. Let's say my resource name is project manager. The type is people, so I'll select work. I can show you the other options as well, material and cost, but the project manager is not a material or equipment. He's for work here. So it's not a material. Let's not fill in the initials. Let's say TK, any name you can put. Group, let's say I have assumed two groups in my project. One is an internal and one is an external. Max units states that what is the availability of this resource. So some resources are shared between different projects and some resources are fully available to a project. So let's say this resource DK or this project manager is available for 100% of the time. Standard rate of this resource is $50 per hour. Over rate, overtime rates are $60 per hour, and the cost per use is not associated with the type work. That's for the equipment. We've got a column name accrual, right? Let me just stretch it. So accrued at, how are the cost accrued on this resource, right? So we have start, we have prorated, we have end. So let's select prorated. We are going to pay him on a prorated basis. And this is the calendar, right? So we will discuss about the calendars, but at this moment, let's select standard. And we can add our own columns for some more information on the project or on the resources, right? Let's go to the new resource type, resource name. Let's say paper, right? Now paper is not work, okay? That's a material. So I'm going to select material and let's say, okay, let's keep it P. And that's something which is, let's say, external. We are buying from external resources and that's available 100%. No need to fill this information. That's fine. Okay. And let's say the third type of resource is travel. Now, travel expense is something which is like a cost to the project, right? That's not an equipment. You cannot touch it, right? So that's a cost for the project. And let's say, let's keep the initials as T, and that's again external. And okay, that's it. Cost per use. We can keep in the paper one, the material one, we can set the cost per use. Let's say $20 is the cost per use. In the travel one, let's keep it the same way. The fourth one is let's say budget. Now that's something interesting. This, when I put budget here, it's going to auto populate everything, right? But budget is something which I have entered for comparison purposes, right? So what I'm going to do is I'll just double click it and select budget. The moment I hit OK, everything is going to disappear from this row because that's something for comparison purposes, right? That's a budget. It will be associated or it will be entered in a special way, right? The handling of budget is different. All right, so that's how we enter our resources. I'll just show you one more thing. Let's move to the Gantt view again, and I will show you how to select resources for our project. So at this moment, we have selected project manager. I can just select project manager, okay? And the project manager is responsible for designing. I'm just assuming at this moment, but that's not the real thing. Let's say project manager is responsible for commissioning as well, right? So we can select our resources from this drop down as well, and also we can enter our own new resources. Let's say, for example, let's enter a name. Tom is responsible for customer demo, and for sign off, Sally is responsible, right? So if we go to the view tab and again resource sheet, you can see Tom and Sally work and their information is already entered. Some of the information is not entered because Microsoft project cannot assume the standard rates and overtime rates for your resources, right? But if you're going to enter your resources in the Gantt chart, it's going to auto populate in the resource sheet. All right. So that was all in the resource sheet. Great going. I'll see you in the next lecture.